Welcome to the show. Thank you for paying $5. If you're watching it right now, thank you for nothing. If you're listening to it for free, thank you for your judgment. Thank you for judging me. I make a convenient target. You're welcome. I'm not complaining about that. I'm 45. All I want to do is get out. I just want to get out. I watched The Post. It's bad. It's a bad movie. Steven Spielberg is no longer a good director. I don't know when he was good last.
Right.
I know he was good for a good long time, and that he deserves all of the credit in the world for being a wonderful, wonderful director who did such things as, for instance, adapting a book about sharks into anything with empathy. It was neat. He would add a couple shots in it, like, there's a shark in the water, but this guy loves his kid. Terrific. Like, we built an empire on this. Okay, I watched The Post. You know, you suck. It's a bad movie. It's terrible.
Performances,
bad. Director's fault. Good actors. Gotta be the director's fault. Awful. Tom Hanks is acting like he's doing dinner theater. He's doing a character. I don't know what's happening in that movie. It looks like an impression. It looks like a crazy person showed up on your doorstep, having seen 5 minutes of All the President's Men, and he's just like outside your house, like kicking at the door. It's a horrible, horrible movie. And if you like it, you're stupid.
Wow.
And if you nominated it for an award, you're dumb and you don't deserve that vote. You got your vote wrong. You cheated someone out of it. It's a dumb movie. It's terrible. I couldn't finish watching it. It's awful. What's next? Florida Project, ripped off, totally snubbed. Fucking what? You're using kids. Kids are fucking monsters. They're animals. It's like directing cats. You get a performance out of kids, you're automatically nominated for Best Director. Period. It's not nominated. I don't understand. I don't get you anymore. You're an academy. You have one job. What else was nominated?
Get Out. Did you finally see Get Out?
Get Out, I enjoyed very much.
Yes!
I saw it. I'm not racist. I saw it. I liked it. Call Me by Your Name. All right, here's the thing, kids.
Uh-oh.
I don't like. All right, look. Let's just look at it this way. Like 2000, whatever this is, it wasn't a year for storytelling. I get it. Like I don't see it. Like apparently movies are just about hanging out, and that's fine. I kind of liked Call Me by Your Name just because you can tell the director's good. I 3 hours to show me that. I don't. All right, just look. You know what? Fine. You know, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Beautiful movie, though.
I just want to shit on Spielberg's head and go, you should know better. You like fuck you. What is your camera fucking like what? Why did you lay down track for a shot in a restaurant? Why would you use Credence in a fucking Vietnam scene? Are you dead? Stop it!
Not everybody goes to work every day.
Yeah, well, then don't go to work at all. All I want is to get out. And there are people that have so much money that could have been out decades ago, and they just hang out making shit. And I'm like, you're mocking me. I want to die. I just want to draw the blanket of retirement over my body. I need one thing, $150 million. I've calculated it.
Okay. That is...
If I put that in the bank, don't mock me for my goals. I've done the math.
How did you do the math? Was this with the Sklar brothers?
$150 million. I've crunched the numbers. That means that even if I spend $2 million a year, I can live another 75 years. That's my math.
Yeah,
good math.
So you bought a
Thank you. Thank you. I know you're being sarcastic, but thank you.
I'm sorry. What was Brandon saying? I wasn't being sarcastic.
Yes, you were.
So some of that money is a cryo chamber. Because 75 more years is ambitious.
There's all this inflation stuff. I'm not mad at Spielberg. I don't want beef.
I want beef.
I don't want Spielberg's podcast to start shooting.
We're calling you out.
Shooting over at me. It just, look, I saw Steven. I saw the shot. where Streep comes into the restaurant. She's meeting Tom Hanks for the first time. I said, why did the camera go all the way to the right and then all the way to the left and then all the way to the right? You're out of your mind. You've lost your mind. It's a scene about two people having breakfast. You should have worked with the actors. Tom Hanks he's gone off the rails. Which is ironic because your camera is on fucking railroad tracks that that took 3 days to bolt into the floor of a restaurant you probably put out of business, or a four-walled set that you created in Uganda because the sound sounds more restaurant-y there. I pay attention to your actors. The guy's got cotton balls in his lips or something. He's doing like a weird impression of Tommy Lasorda. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what Meryl Streep's doing. I don't know what anyone in that movie's doing. Everyone's walking around these old sets with going like, oh, you got the byline, you got a thing. Like, I don't understand it. It's a weird movie. And if anyone had any objectivity, they'd go, what is happening? Why is this movie happening? I don't know why I'm supposed to be watching this. This is a weird movie. But we don't have any objectivity. We're just like, oh, this was designed to win an Oscar, so we're going to nominate it for an Oscar. It doesn't deserve an Oscar. You're fucking insane. It's a terrible movie. I shut it off after a half an hour. I can't stand it. I couldn't hear it over me jerking off. I had to masturbate during your movie to make me interested in it.
It just got real Argo up in here. Do you think it is Spielberg's attempt to make a Scorsese type of film?
I think there may have been some Scorsese influences on the goals of that movie, because there would be like the people would walk into a New York newspaper office or something, and but there'd be a fire hydrant that would have a leak would spring, and then someone would go, oh, Inagata Davida, and then like it was all like everyone was lit weird with like there'd be like a little girl going like extra, like it was weird. I don't care though. This is not my job. I don't care anymore. I just want out. If you're hearing the sound of my voice and you're like, oh Dan, I don't like you. Join the club. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be talking to you. I don't want you listening to me. I don't want to have an opinion. I don't want my opinion to matter. I just want money. I just want enough money to get a fucking like break. Like if I had been born with the amount of money that normal people have when they're born, I would never have been doing this. I would be under a rock somewhere minding my own business. I made myself out of dirt without permission. What else are we talking about?
Okay, real quick though, where
not
are
real
you
quick? Fill time. Yeah. I have no show. I'm trying to like pump up like controversy.
Where the fuck would you go?
Where would I go?
Where are you trying to escape to right now? Because I know what you're talking about. You got some
into bed
post success blues, which are real. It's totally real to be like super well fed and happy, and have lost the thing that made you run through the jungle. So now you get depressed on some new shit. You know what I mean? It's like if you had, say, like your appendix out and you'd worried about that for 2 months, and then they took it out and you weren't in pain anymore, you might have a rash that bothered you like your appendix used to, because we're used to living in some sort of crazy fear, right?
Right.
So
I'm following you.
Where would you go to escape you?
Bed.
Yeah. What? You don't even think like you're not going there's no desert, there's no another country like Amsterdam for 2 months.
No, I like the United States. I like that when you take a shit, it's in a bucket of water that makes the shit disappear. I like
They have that in Amsterdam?
Yeah. I hear that's big in Japan.
Don't you dare high road me.
Can you brag about some dope shit we have?
No, I don't want to go to it. I assume, when people talk about, I love it in Norway or Amsterdam or whatever, I got to assume, I think those people are lying, right? It's got to be better here than anywhere. Am I wrong? What do you think?
It depends on what you're into. If you're into like kicking it at like 2 or 3, you want Brazil, you want France. If you're into like safety when you walk home as drunk as you want like Norway, Amsterdam. Like, you can do a different kind of party all over the planet.
All right, well, you make it sound like not getting stabbed when you're walking home is like a menu item.
Well, think about it like this. If you get drunk in New York or Chicago or Los Angeles and you leave a bar, you leave a club, like you just made a mistake.
You could get stabbed.
But if you're in a foreign country, like the places where they're kind of decent.
Right. But the place you just were is shitty, right? Or it's one of 3 places that is open. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Isn't there a trade-off?
Yeah, the trade-off is you can get a little clarity in those places.
But
ta-da!
But aren't you comfortable? Aren't you comfortable making the assumption that for everybody's like mocking us that America's probably the best. We make an easy target. It's like, oh, you guys suck. You don't want to be there. Your guns and your violence. Totally agreed. But when we compare ourselves to other countries, and we go like, did you know in Sweden that you can leave your bike on the sidewalk and just jerk off on it and like roll into the storm drain, and the storm drain will take you to the nearest hospital for free? Like, you hear these things, and I'm not saying they're not true, but I'm just assuming that probably means that like there's got to be some trade off. Like maybe their cable sucks. I don't know.
But that's true. But the visit is the thing. The thing is to like sort of go someplace, look at things differently, get that perspective.
You want me to fall into the trap where I use the only money I do have traveling around going like, oh, I like the Yukon, I like the wheat patch, I like the turkey farm.
I got to tell you that's the route. When you had no money, you would, if you had like $1,000, you'd spend $800 on a trip. You would. And then you'd be like, fuck it, when I get back, I'll figure out how to manage this $200 into another $800. But now you got cash, you got nervous and shit, so you stop taking risks. I feel you.
No.
But it's time to like, seriously, like maybe take some trips.
Dream life. Here it is. Bed. California King. Cody. Me. Comforter. The dogs, they're fine. We'll deal with them. Forensic Files, Netflix, everything, all of it, everything available to watch.
Baller.
I'm going to complain about all of it. Spielberg, you heard me. Keep making shit. I'll keep fucking shooting it back in your face.
What have you done?
You barfed it on me. I'll barf it right back at you. I enjoy it. You enjoyed it. You didn't suffer during that movie. I could tell. I watched 5 minutes of it. You started
this.
If you were hurting while you made that movie, I'll give you $1 million. You were definitely happy. You were in a hammock. But I want to be in bed with Cody. Laptop, okay, for just... I want to learn Maya. I'm learning Maya right now, awesome. 3D modeling, and just watching things. And then I want to wake up the next morning, and I don't want to have to go to work. I want to stay in bed with Cody, and then I want to stay in bed, and then go to sleep again, and then wake up the next day. I want to just keep doing that.
I think you can. That's what I'm saying. I think you can.
Well, God knows I've tried. We're trying, but I don't... But you can't. Like you live in a house, and the house has a mortgage, and then the water, the water comes from a place, and they go like, we need our money for the water, and there's dirt people. They're like, oh, you have dirt, you got to pay your dirt rent. The dogs have chips in their brains.
How about garage?
Revolved out, or the chips give the dog cancer. There's like iron outside your fence to keep people from getting in to spread their pore germs on you, but the iron, if you don't replace it, it gets rusty. There's cameras, and the cameras got to be upgraded, and the stereo system is never enough. You can't just listen to Phil Collins. You can't just press play and listen to fucking Phil Collins. I was like, everything costs $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. And then the guy that tells you all this, he costs $50,000 a month. And your publicist, whose job is to keep you less famous than you are. It's just like, just keep me out of the news. $3,000 a month. I got people paying people to pay people to pay people to count money. I don't care if I have. I just want to die.
Yeah.
Not really literally die. I want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
I want to hang out.
You got those new money blues.
And I'm not complaining.
Right.
It sounds a lot like I am.
It's not. It's not. It's a real thing.
I'm only saying... During this time between 45 and 50, I'm going to spend the next 5 years working as hard as I can. I'm going to try to bring the kids quality entertainment. During that 5 years, Mr. Spielberg, could you please stop making films or actively start making them? This difference you've split is offensive. I can tell you weren't on set. It shows. I can tell, baby. I'm psychic. I've got Hackdar. I know when you weren't on set. And for it to just be shipped in a pneumatic tube from your fucking asshole to the Academy fucking is bullshit. Because if you shot that on an iPhone and you were like Dominican and were like, I made a movie about the Washington Post, they'd be like, so?
He'd be like, Dan, I got a lawn and I got water and there's a rusty fence and I got a house I got to pay for and I got all this other shit too.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure. Yeah, he's got a small army. He's got to pay for the laser dots you can see all over my head right now. Those aren't cheap.